Absolutely has been the first choice there anyway. Pereira's been getting in ahead of him just lately. Kvaratskhelia and Anguissa, the most likely two scorers right now, you would say, from what we have seen. Raspadori on the ball would love to get in that position. Make a bit of hay while Victor Osimhen is out with suspension. It's 2 yellows for Osimhen. It was a straight red for Politano in that Roma game. There could have been others from memory. The yellow card was out 12 times. That's for just players on the field. Mazzari and Mourinho were also both cautioned, and the red was out twice. Mayhem it was. It saw Roma overtake Napoli. This one here. See Monza get up close to them. 6 points between them as it stands. Could be half that 45 minutes from now. Zielinski. And again. Romani up from centre-back with a clever little nutmeg, and he drew the challenge. Free kick in an awkward position here. And it's the shaving foam, but not the yellow card for Danny Motta. Since when do central defenders do that? Look at this. Brilliant. Zielinski's going to deliver it. Romani himself having earned it, just loitering there by the penalty spot with his centre-back colleague Juan Jesus. And it's in towards him. Free header. He barely had to jump. There wasn't a defender in sight in relative terms. What a chance. Just couldn't keep it down. It's not because it was too high. He mistimed it. He has a little bit. And the coach will be thinking, well, it's not my fault. A big centre-back can't stick his head on that. Golden opportunity. Anguissa had one in the first half. No question, the champions, even if they aren't playing like champions, have been by quite a distance the better side here. And it's Monza at the moment. They've got the precious point within their grasp. Certainly won't be seen as one gained by the Napoli fans. Roller sees his clearance deflected into the path of Lobotka. There's Anguissa. Di Lorenzo gets a little bit lucky. Mario Rui. Kvaratskhelia coming central again, followed by Birindelli. Too much on the pass. Towards Colombo, who has seen nothing of the ball. Monza's number 9 is Zielinski. Mario Rui. Zielinski's kept on running here. Napoli subs warming up just behind Piotr Zielinski there. That's nicely done. That is a chunky challenge. And Birindelli who came on for Pereira, probably largely because he was booked and up against Kvaratskhelia, has followed him straight into the book. On that front, it hasn't worked. This time it was Mario Rui who was taken out. Bang. You would say he can't have any complaints, but he is complaining. They aren't justified complaints. They're worried about their right wing-back being on a card, and now his replacement is immediately on a card. Subs have been useful for Monza. Funnily enough, all of their last 3 goals have been scored by players coming off the bench. Zielinski, it's not a bad ball in. Zerbin was looking for the glory of a Big Dipper. And where have our goals gone, they wonder? So sensational last season. Most goals in the division, 77 of them, the most different scorers. Not only did they have Osimhen scoring 26 in 32, the capocannonieri, they also had a great spread. Tons of others chipping in with plenty. It's the absolute dream scenario. Including Kvaratskhelia here. And Zielinski. Nice. Raspadori, tight angle. Not going to go out of play. Not on the byline anyway. Just the touchline. Normally, a title-winning side will either need the squad to really share it around brilliantly, or an absolute gun up top. And last season, Napoli had both. Manchester City-esque, in a sense. Kit's not far off either. Really thought those two would be meeting in the Champions League final. Napoli knocked out by Milan, who were knocked out by Inter. Here's Lobotka. Midfield 3 hardly ever changed last season. Gisa, Zielinski and Lobotka. Or this term either. Zerbin. Zerbin again. Kvaratskhelia. Neat feet, as you'd expect. A tight squeeze, no problem for him. And Pessina will bring it out. It's a foul by the Georgian. This fixture 4-0 last August, and he got 2 of them. There's such traffic, not usually any impediment to him. This was that clever Zielinski ball for Raspadori earlier. Well, once he pulled his shot wide, he's saying, well, where were you on the far post to tap it in? I suspect that might not have been his first intention, but it could have been the bonus prize of an assist. And it's probably a fair question to ask. Who's making the gamble? Who's running in on that far post in case that's what happens, or the keeper parries it? A little window maybe into some of their goal-scoring frustrations this season. Zielinski. Mario Rui is kept on running. Kvaratskhelia. There's Chulia tucking in. Just look at here. It's disappointing cross comes in. They're quite interchangeable, these wing-backs of Monza, and they have put Chulia here now on the right. That is presumably because Birindelli got that very quick caution. They don't want him up against Kvaratskhelia, who can draw that foul easy. Chulia has played right wing-back as much as he's played left, so that won't be an issue. Danny Motta on the charge. Been waiting for moments like this all game long, and here is Birindelli. Colombo in the middle. It sits up. Wasn't cleanly hit, though, by Valentin Carboni. His first senior goal came the other day. It was a beautiful curler against Juve in the last minute to make it 1-1. And he was tearing around the place in joy. And then Gatti scored even later in stoppage time to give Juve their win back. Meanwhile, Kvaratskhelia again. He's followed it beautifully. Would have been a super goal. Tried to give Di Gregorio the eyes. Went for the little wrong footing near post finish. Give, go and shoot. So nearly. It's not going to count for much if they don't win this game, Napoli, but I have to say, having seen them play a lot lately, this is much better. Just haven't found the finishing touch yet. How much of that is them and how much of it is Monza being a little passive? Well, probably both. We've got changes coming soon. Colpani, Monza's top scorer, been warming up plenty. He's still got his green bib on at the moment. That may well be coming soon. And indeed, the green bib is off. And there he is. Carboni makes way. Having just had half a chance to score their opener. Colpani has scored the opening goal 3 times in games already this season. Out of his tally of 6 Serie A goals. Bit of a surprise he didn't start in the first place. It's usually him over Colombo, not always. It's him and Colombo now. Corner. Raspadori moving away from Di Gregorio. The rest of the Napoli runners coming from deep. Not a good delivery, cleared by Danny Motta. Zerbin bends it back in, and he bends it in well. Joan Jesus heading over. Or a touch. Well, they're not smashing them 0-0, if you know what I mean, but you do feel a Napoli goal is, at the very least, likely. Mario Rui's corner, that's a better delivery. Seemed to be there for Romani to head, and he's already missed one of those. Zerbin on Gisa. Botka. Mario Rui, tough, straight ball. Not a bad one, though, actually. Watch out for the bounce, Lobotka. Sure-footed as ever. Started every league game against Stan Lobotka. He started all but 4 of the 38 last season, and he came off the bench in those 4. Remarkably regular performer. I thought in the last game against Roma we were going to see a very rare thing, him come off injured. There was a slight question mark over his presence for this game, but he has kept up that. Extraordinary feat of playing all the league games. 2nd season running now. Di Lorenzo caught back pro. who I think is suggesting there that he is done and that a hammy has gone. It's just given the bench the sign, I need to come off here. Mario Rui suggesting if it's cramp, I can help. Rafael Palladino looks like he's going to have to make another change here. Made one change at the break and another a moment ago. This is such a Kvaratskhelia manoeuvre. Lovely touch from Raspadori. He so nearly had the keeper done here as well, didn't he? There's an element of fortune really about the Di Gregorio save, because he had been essentially fooled. But the legs were in the right place. And Simeone Jr., he wouldn't mind a go. Back Pro is done, I think. He's going to walk off. Warren Bondo, Frenchman. Looks like it's going to be him to bring the energy to their midfield. Half an hour and stoppage time to go. Well, Pro is coming back on again. Presumably just to fill in some holes while his replacement gets ready. Better to have someone, but if it is a hamstring, he's risking it here. Guess he could stand there and kick it. Having said that, he's moving upfield now. Well, has he done or not? Curious. Mario Rui to Kvaratskhelia. Churia got tight, had to get that, and did. Is it happening or not? It is. Back Pro is going off. Warren Bondo is replacing him. There he is. Third change. This one enforced. Back of the knee rather than the hamstring. That might explain why he was able to come back on then, without too much threat of making it worse. Di Gregorio clears. Colpani to Churia. Danny Motta just about keeps the attack alive. Here's Pessina. Mario Rui very calm. A reminder, we got 2 late kickoffs you can choose from tonight on TNT Sports. On 2 from 7:30, promoted Genoa, who are generally a good watch against the table-topping Inter. Or you can see last season's runners-up Lazio at home to relatively high-flying Frosinone, who've been superb since promotion. Stream on Discovery +2. Frosinone scored 4 second-half goals here last time Napoli were at home. That was in the Coppa. There's Alessio Zerbin wins Napoli yet another corner. They've had one glorious chance from those that have come before. It was Romani's header from point-blank range without a challenge. Big deflection by Danny Motta, further out by Colpani. quite a fine line between you have that feeling that a goal is coming and then you have that feeling that the time has run out for it. Not there yet, Napoli. 64, you still think there's ages to go. 74, it starts to get a bit twitchy. Monza maybe thrive off that pressure they can feel on the home side, the expectation that they would and will break through. Still hasn't happened. Maybe on the counter, moments like this. And look at him go, Benindelli. Needs a mate in the middle. Or did he? It's the first save at all for Alex Merritt in this game. And he might have more work to do yet. Kolpani, what a chance! Big block, Zielinski, it's a penalty! Well, there you go. The Monza smash and grab is on. It's a good chance this for Kolpani. Mario Rui in the way. What with? Where's he supposed to put the arm? Well, Alex Merritt has just made his first save of the game with his feet. They're going to need him with the gloves here. Juan Jesus asking the same question. What's he supposed to do? The same question we are all asking all over planet football at the moment, as the lawmakers confuse us and infuriate us with equal measure. Well, they've infuriated the Italian champions here, who have been bossing this match without breaking through, and now face this prospect of going behind at home again. I think the captain for the chat has now been cautioned as well. I think Mario Rui was in the first place. And it's the Monza boy, Matteo Pessina. Big moment. Maybe the precursor to a serious test of bottle as well as quality for the champions. Monza have not been a threat, but they have the best chance of the opening three quarters of this match. It's Pessina versus Merritt. Oh, it's saved! He went for the cheeky one. But he doesn't look cheeky now, he just looks stupid. I think that's justice done. Puff of the cheeks for Mazzari, and Napoli still on terms. Oh dear. Good God, that looks awful when you get it wrong. Onghisa. Kvaratskhelia. Will normal service resume? You've seen Pierluigi Golini, sub-keeper, applauding his first choice at the other end. Di Lorenzo! Oh, it's a good hit. Di Gregorio almost let it squirm through. It's a corner. Giudia heads clear. Napoli fans asking for the penalty this time. On we go. Oh, puff of the cheeks, not just about the game from Walter Mazzari. It's a fair bit of noise that he might not get very long if this non-winning run continues. Kvaratskhelia here. Slice, and then some. Spadori still asking the question about an earlier challenge. It's confirmation that Di Lorenzo was cautioned in the midst of all of that. Going to see Gianluca Gaetano Napoli youth product soon. And, maybe Jesper Lindstrom as well. Walter Mazzari, I was just mentioning there the exhalation of relief there. Potentially a job on the line if they don't arrest this form, and that would have been a beastly way to go behind. I really have started to think that it was a mistake to come back. Had plenty of jobs since his first spell, including in Italy. Kvaratskhelia for Zerbin. Nice pass, dreadful finish. And this is where they're missing the sharper front-line forwards, and why those red cards are looking costly. Zerbin playing up front for the champions. He's never scored a Napoli goal. You suspect Politano's left boot or Osimhen's might have done more with that. Zielinski off, Gaetano on. It is Gaetano. And Jesper Lindstrom. Well, he plays left wing, but he's not going to play left wing here. Zerbin has just had that big chance. No surprise, it's him that makes way. Giovanni Simeone. Still left wondering, why am I not getting a game? Slightly awkward this for Di Gregorio. And to be fair, he controlled it well. Didn't pass it well, though, on Guisa. Yet another Napoli corner. It's Romani again. This one he can keep down. Much tougher header to score. Not yet got one this season. Couple last. As it stands, Monza will be staying 11th on 22 points, Napoli 7th on 28. Head start chance on almost everyone else to get some points in the bag before the rest play. Rui, Spadori. Watched all the way by Gagliardini. I wonder if that was the save with the ankles down at the near post there. Meret is making way here. Nicola Contini will hope to be watching from a long way off while he tries to get adjusted to the lights. Always have to be ready as a sub-keeper. He was signalling just a few moments ago, Meret. Mario Rui goes short. Kvaratskhelia off Colpani. The other caution, incidentally, around that penalty was not for Mario Rui in the handball. It was for a descent from Juan Jesus, his partner back there. Hang on a minute, they want more treatment here, Monza. The referee, Marco Di Bello, says, don't worry, I'll be adding it on. It's D'Ambrosio down, Napoli fans and players complaining. as Doc has been a busy boy. That's the Palladino plan here. Well, substitution required. I wonder if that changes the plan. Looks like D'Ambrosio's done. Cittadini has been hastily readied. So too Pepin, as he's known, Jose Machin. Are we still going to see both, or does that change things? Where is Machin? There is Cittadini. Known from Atalanta this season. Giorgio Cittadini does not get much game time at all. So he continues, Palladino, to make the change he wanted to make in attack, with Colombo going off. And the Cittadini one was a necessary one at the back to help this defensive effort. That's all five made. Anguissa. Raspadori, where's he going to go? Gaetano, well, it's on target, but that's all. First test maybe for Cittadini. Well, he got away from Kvaratskhelia then, but then lost the ball. And then he's tackled him again. Lively start for the youngster. Danny Motta. That's excellent hold-up play. Here's Bondo. And the screams are Bondo's. He's off the field. But his team are coming forward here. Pessina. Oh, what an excellent way to pass from him. The cut back towards Danny Motta. Machin forced wide. Calderola, Pessina. Calm again from Mario Rui. Flag was up anyway. They could still pinch this. This is what Bondo was screaming about. Really need to scream that loudly. It's a tight one, wasn't it, that? Bidindelli on the gallop. Maybe just went too early. If they'd scored, certainly would have been worth a closer second look. Flag up initially. Cittadini against Kvaratskhelia again, carded for the trip. Welcome to the game. Cards suddenly plentiful. Including one for Coach Palladino here, who's still talking about the challenge on Bondo, which didn't look like there was much in it, to be fair. cards out again. This time for Gaetano. Is ending a little bit like their last match did. Still, watching on from a long way off, the debutant keeper, Contini, waits for his first action. And now Mazzari is being cautioned again, as he was against Roma last time out. It's hard to keep up with the cards here. It's turning into an impressive haul. Not quite as impressive as the Roma one. There's Contini's first touch. Through the Napoli system in one sense, not to play until now. Tons of loans. He was on the bench, never between the posts until now. Biggest moment of this match so far. It's performed by his immediate predecessor, Alex Merritt. A penalty save. Pessina's rather lame effort. Oh, here we go. Kvaratskhelia and Bondo. All cards coming, entirely predictable. And Mazzari, who has been cautioned, now getting involved. I'll tell you what, out of all of that mob, he is the last one I would... oh, he's been red-carded for coming to get involved. It's a solid-looking fella. I'll take him over any of today's players, but he will not be able to watch the rest of this one. Walter Mazzari, having just been cautioned, he's come over there. It started off, he was pulling his own player away from the trouble. Then he got involved with Monza's. Honestly, these footballers puff out the chest and give it all that when it comes to that nonsense bravado. If you're a fan of either of these sides, you'd like to see them putting that into their running more than their postulating. Feeble. 7.5 minutes plus stoppage time. Monza have twice nearly nicked a goal on the counter, otherwise it's been all Napoli, this. Churia. Kvaratskhelia just pulled out of that in time, otherwise he might have gone. Full card tomorrow, beginning with the early kickoffs. That'll be fun, because Sassuolo are always great. You never know what you're going to get with Milan these days. 5:15 on TNT Sports 1. As Colpani tries to slip it through for Machin, who goes down. No penalty, says the referee. And a big one from Turin. Juve. Very much title contenders again this term. At home to Roma from 7:30. You can stream on Discovery+. Here is Kvaratskhelia again. Raspadori in the middle. Anguissa arriving. Birindelli with a... well, I was going to say a clearance, but it wasn't really. Kvaratskhelia drives it off Cittadini. Well, he's had to wait a very long time. He's not going to have very long to make an impact on it. Giovanni Simeone, technically now a permanent Napoli player. Last season was a loan season from Verona. Actual transfer went through in the summer. He would have fancied getting a start, given the absence of Politano and Osimhen. And He's on for Lobotka as Kvaratskhelia curls a pretty tame shot on target. We've seen that curler 4 or 5 times today. Some miles off. One very good one. Generally disappointing. This home malaise looks set to continue unless Napoli can find a late hero here. They've got to keep the back door shut too. Machin going for something highly ambitious. Scored a big goal for them in the playoffs against Pisa to help get them up season before last for their first ever top flight campaign, which last season was. Churia, Kvaratskhelia going at it this time. One home win in the last 5 Serie A matches. It was the last one here against Cagliari for Napoli. Palladino will be thinking we should be ahead here. Not that they necessarily deserve it, but that ball is on the spot 12 yards out. 8 out of 10, you think it's coming. Nicely done by Churia. It's nicely done by Machin. Colpani is offside. Too easy. In Delhi here. 3 minutes of stoppage time to go, but in Delhi dispossessed by Gaetano. He was one of those carded in that latest flurry. Anguissa, who started the game looking really threatening and is now having to sit a little deeper because Gaetano and co are very much more attack-minded, that is for sure. Mario Rui, followed by Churia. Was he bumped by him? I think he might have had a case there, Mario Rui, but maybe his reputation precedes him on that. .88 played as Danny Motta is beaten to it by Giovanni Di Lorenzo. Lindstrom, who is quick and skillful, we've not had a chance to see it yet, haven't seen much of him yet. He's generally, as a left winger, back up to Kvaratskhelia on that side, so clearly he doesn't start very often. Anguissa. Mario Rui, again, gentle, up the middle and comfortable. Di Gregorio's made a couple of good saves in this game. Maybe one lucky one. Generally speaking, the end product, after lots of decent huff and puff from Napoli, has been a bit like that. Kind of sums up their finishing, if not their football. By the way, that was Nicola Frustalupi, you just saw there in the big Napoli coat pitch side, now that Mazzari, his boss, has been dismissed. Dismissed from the touchline, I should add. Might be sharpening a few knives around these parts. But in fairness, they played pretty well up to a point in this game, but set the standards they set last term to drop off so much. The grumbles are inevitable. Calderola, Matsari, having been around the block, will know that for sure. Certainly not been for the trying on the attacking intent. Since about the 25-minute mark, his side have looked dangerous. We're into stoppage time, the first of 6 minutes. Just to tell you how many times he's been round the block, Monza Matsari. Game against Roma with his 500th Serie A game in charge. He's only the 6th coach to do that. Can someone win it for him in absentia here? Kvaratskhelia. Monza defending deep, predictably. Simeone, just the 1 goal this season. Mario Rui, deep. Di Lorenzo, Lindstrom. So much traffic, all clad in black in front of them, though. No way through. Romani. Here's the moment for Gaetano, and he's missed it. And everyone sat there thinking, I would have finished that. Oh, what a moment. What might have been. Maybe it still will be. 5 added minutes to go. Gianluca Gaetano, like on Gisa in the first half, slamming it hard, but straight at Di Gregorio. Mario Rui with yet another corner. It's a good one as well. Kvaratskhelia looks like he's hurt himself now. The star man's injured, and Monza are flying forward. It's Colpani on his own for the moment. Here comes Machine. Can you imagine if Monza pinched a goal here? Oh, they might do. Lindstrom's header's not a very clever one. Bondo, that hit the ref. Not that it made any difference, but he could have left it. Danny Motta was about to go berserk about it. I take his point. Now, Birindelli down. How's Kvaratskhelia? Birindelli's fine. Well, now Palladino's gone as well. They're taking their directives on carding the staff on the touchline more seriously, I think, in Italy than they are in England. Him and Matsari can go and have a chat about it in the bowels of the stadium. So Palladino is gone as well. Both coaches. We've still got at least 3 minutes of stoppage time here. Even though we don't know what he said, and some of it might seem a little tame. Not the worst thing to get the end result you want, which is descent to come down. Eventually, it will work. Might not matter so much in the 94th minute. When it starts happening in the 24th minute, coaches might think about it a little more. Mario Rui chatting to the last. It's not like him. I reckon we might have 3 more minutes here. It's a much better point for Monza, even though they could have been going back to Lombardy with all 3. Long way north. Well, it's a tough one to police, for sure. unused subs and already departed players, coaching staff. Oh, here we go. Who's that one for? I don't think he's allowed to sit there. Extraordinary. Anyway, it's Chudia scooping it in, out by Juan Jesus. Anguissa wasn't really there to volley. Colpani. Anguissa was strong enough to just about earn his side a goal kick. One last throw forward then, maybe. Mario Rui forward. Kvaratskhelia. Here's Di Lorenzo. Way. The referee can't even be bothered to get his card out again.